What is up, guys? No Grace back here with another video, of course. This one's a little bit interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So today, working on my 2000 Mercedes E-Class. It's a W210 body style, so it's the wagon, of course, you know, in all her beautiful mix-match glory. Mix-match glory. Great cars, honestly, overall. Never had, like, major problems with it. I did, like, the crank sensor on it, a big problem with them. A few little tidbits here and there. But, one I've ran into most recently, this goes for cars in general, but just on our big trip here, me and my girlfriend Gina here went out to the SOFR, Southern Ohio Forest Rally, and we plan to see everything today, of course. But on our travels last night, I happened to get a charging system warning light, and then she started to shimmy, things are flickering, of course, and then it died. And then it started again, and it died. Of course, you know how it goes, you know, alternators fail, batteries fail. Battery's charging down at AutoZone there. But I happened to get an alternator in today at O'Reilly's. So O'Reilly's is just the shebang. That's the bee's knees. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you around. I'll show you how easy this is to actually get this whole ordeal done here. Naturally, Mercedes had their service mode because they prepare for them to be unreliable. So you want to pull it down a little bit, press in that little orange tab, pull it the whole way up. It'll click in the second spot like that. Perfect, because they know you're going to work on them. They break down. I mean, come on, it's German. So, your alternator, the main guy here. You're looking for an E16. It's an E-torque socket with a fancy star bit, of course. I'm going to go down to the engine bay here. It's in the bottom left. It's actually a really simple setup. So you see I currently have this unclipped here. Go ahead and set the E-torques on top of the engine here. And want yourself a standard 17mm, whether it's 6-point, 12-point. And then right down here underneath this tensioner here, you're going to find that 17, right where my fingers tap. I'm going to put the 17, just slide her on top of there. Loosen it up, and then you drop your belt off. That's the belt. Come off the alternator, you can just let it sit all along the side. If you need to, there's pulley diagrams all over the webs, where there should be one in your owner's manual. There might be one on the hood, I'm not entirely sure, honestly. Go ahead and pull the belt out of the way for the time being. Now you're working on just the alternator. I have that clip off the hose already, so it's out of the way. Go ahead and grab your E-torque socket and ratchet. Just start cranking off these two here. Each one at a time, of course. Just 2 bolts, it ain't too bad. Naturally, that would happen. You know, I mean, that's just how it goes. What else does one expect from this kind of ordeal? Parking lot adventures do not get better than this, I tell you. Luckily, you have your splash tray that just catches all the goodies. Everything. There's just bugs and grime. Oh my god. In the fingernails immediately. You wouldn't be working on cars if there wasn't something mysterious underneath your fingernails, honestly. Grab the second one underneath that clip there. Just start cranking around. Of course, I already loosened them. You know, I don't want to look like a weakling on the camera. You see how small my arms are? Struggling now. What do you expect from me? Look at me. I'll get this lower one out though, and then can't say we'll be home free because you never know. It just never goes this easy. So we're gonna be here for a moment. I'm probably gonna fast forward on this section so you guys don't have to watch me struggle like a little puss with my noodle arms here. Because this is just going great. How many threads is on this thing? What would really help right now is if I was bumming some tools off Gino again and he had his electric ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Like, steal tools from your friends. It works out, trust me. There's the second one. Your hose bracket will come off with it. Don't forget to put it back on. Of course, it's going to be stuck in there. It wouldn't be a bolt if it didn't get stuck in there. Naturally, we'll remove the extension, and I'll set that somewhere that it's definitely going to fall down in the engine bay. I mean, you wouldn't be, you know, human if I didn't set it here and expect it to fall down in the intake manifold. Well, we're going places now. Maybe. Nope, got stuck again. You know. They don't want to make it too easy. Just remember that. Jeez. We're gonna have to thread her out the whole way, or there must just be packed corrosion in here after years of abuse and neglect. Finally got her out. Don't forget the bracket, like I said, keep it on the bolt. Easiest way to know where it's at. Now, of course, your alternator is going to be jammed up in there. Naturally, they have those pins on them. They're pressed in for a reason. Don't have a pry bar. I have a massive flathead, so I'm going to find an area between the head and the alternator and just start pressing her out of the way. It's going to be stuck on the bottom because they are pressed in pin like I just talked about. Of course, it might not even come out. I don't know. Pin is going to fight you. At least it's sounding like my car. And of course the hose will be in the way. You want to pull the hose upwards. Sit the flathead down. Shimmy the whole guy forward. Cable will be down there. Of course I cannot get underneath the car to disconnect any of these goodies here. This is where the fun happens. I want to disconnect that plug right there. And by hand, it feels like a 12, but honestly, it could be a 14. It's German, so they might just meet in the middle and say 13. Looks like this socket set goes up to 13, so. You can tell it's a 14 and corroded, or what? Of course, we're going to try. Set the socket on the intake manifold and wait for it to fall. Crack loose here. Shouldn't take much longer, honestly. Didn't mention beforehand, but you should disconnect the battery. Mine is already disconnected, of course. So I'll put that in the beginning because you don't want to get this far and then disconnect it, because by then, I mean, what's the point, really? Plugs get disconnected. Got this cable off here. The nut stuck in the socket naturally. Pull the hose out of the way. Oops. Let the socket fall on your kneecap and then the horrible shape bumper. And there you go. And funny enough, looking at this, I can tell you mine is already different. So we'll go ahead and look at this. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing, but I see one big post, plug. I see a little nut. So we're gonna go ahead and figure this out. Might have to do some MacGyver in here though, because these are nowhere close to the same. I'll get back to you. Like I was saying previously, I can already tell you my alternator is completely different. The moment I saw two posts on the aftermarket coming from O'Reilly's, and I saw a post and a clip coming off of my car, I realized we were in for an interesting endeavor. So so we have the large post, B positive, of course, charging. B positive, of course, charging. Then you have signal for your voltage regulator. Signal for your voltage regulator. You notice there's two pins down there. I don't know if you can see with the light. There is two pins down in there. Both connected to the alternator. But if you look on the plug way down in here, of course, there's only one wire going in there, and there's a dummy pushed in the other side. It's plugged off. There's only one pin actually coming out. So all I gotta do is essentially snip this factory Mercedes wire clip off, this connection clip, strip a little bit this far back, and put a ring terminal on here, or loop it for just put a ring terminal on here, and then wrap around and nut her down, and then boom, problem solved. You have your power, and then you have your regulating ring terminal. Nonetheless, why couldn't I just get the correct replacement in the first part? Like, if it directly swaps onto my car, shouldn't it actually directly swap? I don't be out here MacGyver and stuff. It's not like, it's not the point. Like, it's fun. I'm that kind of guy. I'll send it. You know what it is? It's full send, baby. But nonetheless, I shouldn't have to. I paid for a good alternator. I want a good alternator. But we'll get it sorted. I'll get back to you. We'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. So after a very long endeavor, you can only imagine. Did get the fresh guy in there. Good, got a new ring terminal on there. Had to situate that whole thing. Of course, got the battery reconnected. It is under the rear passenger seat in these cars. It's kind of odd. But, new alternator nonetheless. So we'll go in and I'll show you how to do the voltage test on these. And then we'll see how happy she is after all is said and done here. Here, put the key in the old ignition there. Turn forward, of course. I'm gonna go here. Wait, she's done beeping real quick. Just hold and rest. Button right there. So she gets to this screen. I'm gonna go the whole way down. I believe it is 24. Right now it's sitting 11.8 off. Charging real low right now, so that's kind of concerning, but we'll wait, see how she goes. Getting better, but that seems to be a wrap there. Hope all works out for us. Who knows? If you made it this far in the video, drop yourself a like. I appreciate you. Have yourself a good weekend. Love you.